Now, I do apologize if you hear a strange sound. It's because I have a fan on and my air conditioner is not working. But other than that, we are going to talk about what's going on with Miss Seed and the Villainous fandom reaction and all new updates when going on in the new show. Before I get started, my name is Recho. I like to talk about animation, not just animation through reviews, first impressions, cartoon theories, and sometimes, if I have some spare time, cartoon breaking news. Of course, you like how it's going, you like to help my channel, pull like, comment, and subscribe. That's the only thing you need to do. If not, that's fine. If you do, thank you. Because of you, I'm getting close to my main goal of 2,000 subscribers. And yes, I'm getting close every single day because of people like you. People like, comment, and share. Thank you. Now, last 5 days ago, Missy dropped a new image on her Instagram account. It's just sort of her just chilling in a sort of, I want to say, lake-ish in a way, and you just have music, but not much about it. It just sort of lets you know things about the start. Of course, if you don't know what I mean about the start, this is a quick summary. This is sort of the continuation what happened of the first season, half of the season where she was in prison. Due to this time, Alan did some comic books, sort of explaining what happened to Miss Seed, how to use her influence of her own father to let her escape. And on top of all this, she actually let blame someone else, then make her look innocent to come back to do her hero career. This is the moment that she's trying to restart the story. But believe it or not, 2 days ago, she also activated a new account from X. That this never happened before on the last 4 years of Villainous, or more than 4 years, but you get the idea that it just feels kind of weird. But on top of this, she does something more interesting, that she actually posts a notification what happened, thanking everybody. On top of all this, she actually has an audio sound explaining everything what's going on. She glad she's coming back, but it's the same kind of thing she says in her new post. But this is that new thing she adds, that she has a Twitch account that is kind of strange. This is the thing, a lot of people are kind of speculating that she is basically becoming a VTuber. Even that the whole post, her Twitter account, her TikTok account, her basically Instagram account never really point out that people are assuming maybe because she has the initials in the side, but it could be anything, we just don't know. But this is what a lot of people are actually excited and assuming this could be possible. But the only problem is, it's not easier to become a VTuber a long time ago, during the time of the hype of Villainous. That does make sense, but also you have to realize VTubing wasn't that well known here in the West. This usually that's a thing only for China and Japan, was sort of a big thing, at least like almost 2 years before Villainous really did blow up, and nobody really understood the concept, only a few people. So it's sort of obvious it'd be more easier to just make a post and telling the story and do sort of short TikTok videos about Miss Seat. But all that, it's just a very interesting, maybe not words, because it could be very interesting if they do a VTuber version of her. It could be 1 million questions like, do they have the money to do that? If they do, how cheap or expensive they can do, and how well the flowing of the VTuber image could be. Because one of the things you understand about Miss Seed is her look, her eyes, how she moves. And VTubers can actually do that. The only problem is, if they are doing that, I don't know if it's completely true, that means the voice actress, she have to freestyle her dialogue to present herself to Miss Seed. She's still an actress, so I don't know if this actually could work or not work. To be fair, this is not the first time a cartoon character becomes sort of like a VTuber or game player type of person, because like to write people, Brazil did sort of a Rigby and Mordecai VTuber-ish in a way. They usually be more gamers, and it was really successful. But it's one of those things I just want to remind you, this is possible if they chose to go that direction. But the only problem is Ribi and Mordecai, the Mexican or Brazilian version, they struggle a little bit at the very beginning because they have no idea what they're doing, because they're kind of ad-libbing, but they just sort of fumbled the ball a couple of times. I made a video about it a long time ago, but it's specifically that reason I'm sort of scared if they went this direction. But although that, the reaction on the fan base was pretty positive. People really did, well, excited. Let's face it, it's been like 4 years ago they did anything villainous. Well, besides the comics, because the comics, if you don't know, they have two comics, and those comics are actually canon. On top of this, you have books also canon. What's going on? In fact, the whole entire fan base survived just because of books and comics, and Alan stubborn enough to not let this go, because how Warner Brothers kind of screw him over, and also have promised getting a season 2 and never can touch season 2 because of the Warner Brothers and Discovery merger. So this was basically plan B. But other than that, a lot of people are happy. There's 1-2 concerns, like people are kind of getting tired of Miss Seed. Why her? It's sort of obvious. She is sort of accidentally the face of villainous, and also the only character besides Black Cat and Dementia is sort of broke in the mainstream. She represent herself. She could drag new fans in watching it. In other words, please be patient, because there will be more content besides Miss Seed. It's just sort of let fans or normies aware this show exists. On top of this part will be connected to the first spin-off of Villainous. The people are not aware that 3 Villainous spin-offs coming, and they have to do this because of the merger. But it be sort of maybe connected to Miss Seed, kind of has to, because they actually delayed the book of Miss Seed, because that book actually give you more inside of the world of Villainous, but more inside how she became more powerful, more well known, her connections, but sort of lying in between. So I'm guessing they are setting up for the book, or setting up of season 1 what happens during this stream. But at the same time, I don't know it will be connected or something just to make fans happy, or drop a due date of the book of Miss Seed. Hopefully they drop this year, because honestly I don't know. That book of Miss Seed was sort of kind of like, yeah, it's done, but we have some technical issues that we can't drop it. That was promised to us last year. Last year supposed to be dropped the Miss Seed book, but delayed it because of the spin-off series, because everything's sort of connected and doesn't really make sense, because everything latched onto the last 5 episodes. A lot of drama now. It's sort of obvious. I've actually kind of regurgitate everything I said almost every single video. I do apologize, but at the same time I am excited. A lot of people are. Some people are complaining, kind of tired of it, but once more, this is the best we can do for right now. Just hopefully it does well. Hopefully the VTubing, if they're trying to be sort of VTuber to grab more people, hopefully it's well made. Hopefully the voice actress does nail the performance. But one thing I did notice is they chose the English voice actress, not the Spanish voice actress, because the Spanish voice actress sort of set the standard. I don't know if it's the same actress. Maybe she speaks Spanglish or speak both languages perfectly. I just don't know. But it's just sort of weird, because everything started to be more English than Spanish. It kind of throws me off for a second. I'm so used to reading Spanish, now I have to read English from Villainous. It's just kind of odd. I don't know you, but other than that, she sounds great. In other words, I'm trying to say that she is good. But let's see what happens. I don't know if they could do 2 different channels, could be 1 channel. I looked around YouTube, Facebook, on Twitter, and everything is just English for right now. So it's just, once more, it's just kind of odd, but sort of obvious. They're trying to grab a bigger fan base, even that most of her fan base is Latino, only speak in Spanish, but the fan base like, wait, we have your back. They quite literally a few hours later translate the whole thing of her post and her audio post, they actually translate to Spanish in just a few couple hours. That's how dedicated they actually are to this specific fandom. So Ellen doesn't need to worry about anything. Just let the fandom do the fandom. Now you, that's all what actually happened. Nothing really secrets or anything. Just sort of excitement, a little bit of speculation, and that's it. I don't know you, how you felt about this. Are you excited? Are you disappointed they did not use the Mexican version of the voice actors? Didn't use the English or not? Tell me down below. Let me know. I honestly can't say much. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.